Yo, 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 no maniacs, super no maniacs, and everybody in between. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Bears. And we are in the off season, and in the off season comes time to have some difficult conversations. And this is definitely one of them. So let me get excuse me. So let me get this out right away. Love me some Jack Sanborn. I think he's a dog. Number one. That's point blank simple. Jack Sanborn is a dog. Love this football player. Excuse me. But the reality of it is there's 32 teams in this league, and every last one of them, including ours, is making choices, difficult choices right now, reshuffling the deck and looking at the roster, evaluating it, and deciding what they're going to do as far as their salary cap goes, who they're going to offer money to. And here we are at this conversation, a very difficult one. And trust me and believe me when I tell you, I can imagine it's a whole bunch of Bears fans and Jack Sanborn fans in particular baying at the moon at this topic right here. But excuse me, these difficult conversations have to be had. It's not that I want to see them move on from Jack Sanborn. So let's get into the particulars before I get really explicit about what I see happening. Number one, Jack Sanborn was an unrestricted free agent, has definitely overplayed his salary. He makes a base salary at this point of approximately $850,000. And so, number one, can we afford to offer Jack Sanborn some more money? Yeah, no problem. I don't know exactly what that dollar amount would be, but I know we can afford to offer Jack Sanborn some money. So he's a restricted free agent. Number one, what does that mean? Restricted free agent means that they signed him to a tender to give themselves an opportunity, give themselves an opportunity to re-sign this kid. And so they have that option on the table. He could be an unrestricted free agent and really go anywhere he wants, and nobody could really say anything about it. But because he's an RFA, restricted free agent, they will have an opportunity to match any contract offered to Jack Sanborn. And so this is hard, man. There's multiple players on this team that are in pretty much similar situations to Jack Sanborn. And what to do with that, really, I think it comes down to a person not on the screen right now, and that is new defensive coordinator Jack Sanborn. Not Jack Sanborn, but Dennis Allen, excuse me, and how he evaluated the talent on this roster. And there's also the conundrum of a draft pick that we had a couple of years ago, and that's Noah Sewell. Noah Sewell, at some point, Ryan Poles is going to want some return on, the draft pick. He was drafted here, and they expect that guy to play some football at some point. And I believe 110% that he's a Dennis Allen type linebacker. Not to say that Jack Sanborn isn't, because I believe he's also that kind of linebacker for Dennis Allen. But it comes down to, what you can afford to do, what you're willing to do, and Ryan Poles wanting some return on his investment, and that could be Noah Sewell's time. Plain out and simple. I mean, we can argue about it, we can go back and forth about it. The idea that them keeping both of them is not unrealistic. They can absolutely keep both of them and play this season out, give them a 1-year contract, give them some guaranteed money, and we'll play it out. Let them compete in camp about who sees the field. But the reality of it is, every offseason, these situations have to be spoken to, especially in the front offices of the Chicago Bears. This is gonna play out one way or the other. His contract has expired, and me personally, I believe if the plan was to keep Jack Sanborn, I believe that they had offered him an extension, beforehand, before he even sees free agency. That's what I think would have happened. And not to say that they won't still offer him some kind of contract. If he's an RFA, I'm guessing they might have a plan on offering something. But can they beat it? Here's another dynamic to it. You got to remember, too, we just lost our head coach, who is a defensive coordinator, to the Cowboys. Number one, he was a Jack Sanborn guy. That Matt Eberflus is the reason Jack Sanborn is in Chicago. Now, Matt Eberflus is in Dallas. And I could tell you this for a 100% fact. The Dallas Cowboys have a straight up linebacker shortage. They ended up having to transition a safety to linebacker during the season just to fill out the gaps. And so are they linebacker needy? You bet they are. Yes, they need a linebacker. Could Matt Eberflus, this happens also all the time. Whenever there's a, coaching change, specifically coordinators, when they go to another team, one of the first things they do is bring in guys that were with the former team that really know the system and can really help, facilitate, getting that system installed. And so I see this all the time, and it's become a normal thing to me that when coaches go to other teams, especially particular coordinators like a Matt Eberflus, first thing they do is go to the ownership and say, hey, we got a linebacker shortage on this team. I know a guy that can help us out right now. That is probably Jack Sanborn. So would it surprise me that, Dallas made an offer that the Bears can't match? They can overpay Jack Sanborn. I don't know, what his particular value is. I think that's a whole lot of guessing. There's probably some people out here that would say, give him a couple more $1 million, give him $3 to $5 million, whatever it is. The Dallas Cowboys could absolutely match anything that Ryan offers, and then you can't do nothing about it. We lose Jack Sanborn. That's just the reality of it. And I hate having these conversations, to be honest with you, because I really think so highly of Jack Sanborn. I really think he's a dog linebacker and, one of the best in the building. But the truth is, we're going to lose some pieces just so that another piece that we have that we drafted may get a chance to see the field. And so, again, as difficult as this is, it's a conversation that needs to be had. I hope they come to a resolution to keep this guy on the roster, but you just don't know. This is the NFL. This is salary cap shuffling. This is roster management. And we do have a new defensive coordinator who could see the evaluation of these guys completely different than the way I'm describing it to you. So I think, we're in for some, pretty soon here, we're going to find out some stuff. And, some of it ain't going to sit so well with us. You know what I mean? It's just every year that happens, man. There's a new roster being built every single year. And the choices that these teams make to, who they keep or who they let go, it's always unsettling for all of us out here. So it's not, nobody's alone with this. I love Jack Sanborn. I know people ain't going to want to hear this conversation, but the truth is we got to have it no matter what. And the bottom line is some choices are going to be made, and we'll see here pretty soon, a couple months here, maybe less than, I don't know. We'll find out pretty soon, but that's my take on Jack Sanborn. I hope this resolves in a way that he keeps that Bears helmet on and we keep him in the building for a couple more years at least, but you never know how the winds may turn, man. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys for coming in here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you like this content and you want to see me keep it coming, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, hit your notification bell, and share the content with all your people out there. But with that being said, let me leave you guys with this. If you can think it and you can see it, people, there's no reason in the world why you can't absolutely manifest it. Don't be a prisoner of your own mind. But with that being said, I am